and so I didn't think we would miss a beat on that. Now, as many of you know, there was a challenge filed to Judge Francis's candidacy and nomination, and when that decision worked its way through the court, Judge Francis on Friday made the decision to withdraw from consideration. And I know that was difficult to do, but I think it's a testament to her and to her character that she didn't want any controversy surrounding any type of an appointment. When she did that, I did not feel that she had been treated very well throughout this process. And so I picked up the phone and I called the President of the United States, and I told the President what had happened. I told him that we have a great judge down here in Florida who was going to be on the Supreme Court, and while that didn't work out, I think she would make a great federal judge in the Southern District of Florida. And so the President was very receptive. All I can say is that that is actively under consideration, but she has my full support to be a federal judge here in the state of Florida, and hopefully we'll get some news on that at some point in the very near future. When you understand what it means to be an American, why the Constitution is so important, and you have that as part of your life. When you grow up in Jamaica and able to come here as a naturalized citizen and become a judge, become on the Supreme Court list, get selected. Obviously, life throws you curveballs. I think she served as an inspiration to a lot of people throughout the state of Florida, and I particularly thank for the Caribbean American community who's rallied around Judge Francis. I think it's been absolutely fantastic. You know, as one door closes, another door opens, and so I hope that you know, one day we'll be able to look up and see you take the federal bench. So, you want to say a few things?
So, first of all, thank you, Governor, for every opportunity that you've given me, and for your faith and confidence in me that brought me, you know, almost to the Supreme Court. But, you know, sometimes life doesn't work out the way we planned. But who am I to complain? You know, I've been incredibly in this life. I came to this country, worked my way up, no hand-ups, no handouts, and I really symbolize, I think, the American dream through hard work, dedication, and love of country and love of the state. I've been put in a very wonderful position, and I truly don't take any of that for granted. When the governor told me that he had spoken to the President of the United States and had told him that I would make a great federal judge, I was absolutely floored. Stuff like this doesn't happen to a small island girl, immigrant, who came here, you know, just hoping to get a piece of the American dream. And so it's overwhelming, it's incredibly humbling, and I know it's only a consideration, but the fact that the governor thought that much of me and that he mentioned it to the President of the United States, who also is thinking about it, that alone is a victory for me. And I'm truly grateful. And to the President of the United States, I'd like to say this. If I were to be selected, to be nominated for this position and to go through a successful confirmation, I can promise you that I will faithfully adhere to the text of the Constitution, and that I will faithfully apply the laws of this country to the facts before me. I promise to be fair, and I believe that I already have that reputation as a trial court judge, and I want to continue that. And so I'm grateful for my family, my husband, who's right here, my two wonderful children, my mom, and I'm grateful for opportunities. So thank you. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Judge, for your willingness to put yourself through the process and really, you know, always maintained, you know, very great composure and grace throughout, which wasn't always an easy last few weeks. You know, fortunately, the Judicial Nominating Commission certified a list of really great names, and I've said when I picked off the list initially, I could have picked any of them and done very, very well. Obviously, we had to pick one of the judges from Miami-Dade County, and we did that with Justice Corial. And so I'm really excited today to be able to say that, yesterday I had the opportunity of letting Judge Jamie Grosshands know that I was selecting her to serve as a justice on the Florida Supreme Court. She is currently an appeals court judge for the 5th District Court of Appeals, which covers Central Florida. She's a 4th-generation Floridian, and as you can see, just like Judge Francis, she's a working mom. She's got 3 kids, ages 11, 9, and 4. She has a great breadth of experience. She served as a prosecutor in the state attorney's office. She ran her own private practice, and she's also served as both an appeals or a trial judge and currently now as an appeals court judge. She's active in women in the law efforts and has been a member of the Central Florida Association of Women Lawyers. She's also active in efforts to provide legal assistance to those who cannot afford it, and she's a member of the Florida Bar Committee on Pro Bono Legal Services. She understands the proper role of the court is to apply the law as it's written, apply the Constitution as it's written, not to legislate from the bench, and I think that she will bring that commitment to the Florida Supreme Court. I also think, just as Judge Francis was an inspiration to a lot of first-generation Americans, a lot of our naturalized citizens, obviously the Caribbean community and the Jamaican American community. I think Judge Grosshands will be an inspiration to a lot of working moms out there to be able to, raise 3 beautiful kids while maintaining a legal career. And I think she's done that very, very well. So just as the father of 3 young kids and seeing, how hard my wife works every single day, I say it inspires me. And we could have, she was already on a Supreme Court list previously in January of 2019. She was on it again, and I think she's going to do a fantastic job for the people of Florida. So I'm happy to have had the opportunity to select her. It wasn't necessarily the way we envisioned the process, but I think the result is going to be very, very good. And I think we'll look at a great Supreme Court justice, and I think we'll end up with hopefully a new great federal district court judge. So Judge Grosshands, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Governor DeSantis. I am humbled by this appointment and your trust in me. Also, happy birthday. 1978 was a good year. I am also honored to stand here today with my friend, Judge Francis. I know this was not the outcome that you planned, but God will, I know, see you through this, and we are cheering for you and your family in this next adventure. I'm grateful to the governor, to his staff, and to the Judicial Nominating Commission for their work throughout this process. I'm thankful to the beautiful state of Florida and for all that it has given me and my family. There is no other place that I would rather raise my children and call home. My first job out of law school was as an assistant state attorney in the 9th Circuit. My first role as a judge was on the Orange County Court. My time on the 5th District Court of Appeal has been the most challenging and rewarding experience of my professional life. Florida has given me so much, and I promise to continue serving its people to the best of my ability. I'm grateful to God for his immeasurable blessings. Every area of my life, including my career, has been blessed and encouraged by my husband, my children, my parents, my family, and my friends who have cheered me on every step of the way. No one comes to a position like this alone, and I have been carried to this moment by the generosity of countless people. To my family and friends, words cannot express how much you mean to me. To my community in Winter Garden, your love and encouragement has supported me in a way beyond what I could have imagined. To the lawyers and judges in the 9th Judicial Circuit, I thank you for shepherding me even as a young attorney and inspiring me to strive for excellence in this career. To my colleagues and staff of the 5th District Court of Appeal, you have encouraged me to be better in every way, and I will miss working alongside with you. This year, as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of women securing the right to vote, I'm reminded of the many women who have gone before me, fighting for the rights and opportunities that I have today. I recognize that as I stand here, ready to join the Florida Supreme Court as the 5th woman, I stand on the shoulders of champions who have fought for equality and the right of women to lend their voices to the leadership in this great state. In looking forward to my role as a justice on the Florida Supreme Court, I am reminded of a trip our family took to Washington, D.C. last year. We were trying to explain to our children what they were going to see represented there, that it was more than just old papers under glass and big marble buildings. Rather, what they saw was sacred. It was worth safeguarding, a system of government passed along through generations and preserved by guardians of liberty. I do not take this role lightly. As Justice Clarence Thomas recently explained, the Constitution tasks the political branches, not the judiciary, with developing the laws that govern our society. The court's role is faithfully interpreting the Constitution and the laws enacted by those branches. He went on to quote Justice Marshall, noting, "Judicial power is never exercised for the purpose of giving effect to the will of the judge, always for the purpose of giving effect to the will of the legislature, or in other words, to the will of the law." The structural Constitution and the separation of powers in both our federal and state systems is critical to the proper function of the government. You can trust that I will bring a fidelity to the law and an unyielding respect for the separation of powers to my service on the court. This is the promise I make to Florida today. Thank you again, Governor DeSantis, for this opportunity.
Thank you, and thank you for your willingness to serve. And I guess under the court's most recent precedent, I guess you were a justice starting yesterday, because they said selection's the same as assuming off. Oh, I guess we can figure that out some other time. I want to thank both of these judges. And when you look at our state, I mean, we obviously have so much talent throughout the state in so many different fields. But I think here in the legal community, to see a number of judges certified really over the last 2 different years, because we had a number that were certified, and Justice Grosshans was one of those at the time then. They're all very, very good judges, fantastic. And I would say that someone that didn't get selected off this list would be probably in most other states would have been far and away the top. So I think it's a testament to Florida, and I think it's a testament that you're willing to serve and not always. It's a difficult process sometimes, but I think you guys have both really been role models for a lot of people. So I look forward to the justice's tenure, and I look forward to trying to get you on the federal bench. I think we're going to be able to make that happen. I also just want to say that after this press conference, I'm going to be signing an executive order declaring a state of emergency with respect to Hurricane Sally for Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. Now, we don't necessarily anticipate hurricane force winds in those areas at this time, but we think it's very likely that there will be tropical storm force winds in that area. We do, though, see a potential for the storm to really slow down and stall out, and that could dump up to 25 inches of rain in those northwest Florida counties. And should the track change, if it does get pushed further east, of course, we can always add new counties, but I would just say to the folks in Escambia and Santa Rosa, listen to your local officials. There may be some low-lying areas. If they issue evacuation orders, heed those calls. Like I said, it's probably not going to be a major hurricane in terms of the winds. It looks like it's a Category 1 wind. You probably won't even see that if you're in northwest Florida, but you do have the potential to see a huge amount of rain dropped over the next day and a half. So please heed the warnings and do what you can to protect yourself. Thank you. Good night.